City leaders held an emergency council meeting this afternoon to discuss the impact of saltwater, estimated to reach the area in about 4 weeks. Gretna is one of 6 municipalities in Jefferson Parish and the only one to supply its own water. But the mayor says she's working hand in hand with the leaders in JP. The Army Corps of Engineers estimates the saltwater wedge will make it to Gretna on October 24th. Mayor Belinda Constant put in a request through the JP Emergency Operations Center to have water barged in, and she's reaching out for more bottled water through GOSEP and FEMA. Gretna is also looking into using some reverse osmosis machines out of Lafayette to use as backup.
This is going to be an expensive process. I mean, let's just say that. It's going to be an expensive process, just like every emergency management situation we've dealt with.
Gretna is currently putting together cost estimates and exploring reimbursement grants. On the bright side, Constant says Gretna Fest will still go on without a hitch.